just got back from traveling to Cabo and Puerto Rico and just hanging out with a bunch of millionaires, people that are like 8-figure entrepreneurs, 9-figure entrepreneurs. Pretty sure there's maybe some billionaires. I don't think there was, maybe. But anyways, I was spending a lot of time with a lot of people that are far more successful than me over the past couple weeks. And I just wanted to rattle off some of the things that I learned over the last couple weeks. You'll notice, like, the last few days ago, like, I haven't put up a video in like 5 days. Normally I upload like every day. But I got like some nasty cold flu at the end of my 2-week trip, and honestly I was just out for the count. So over the last few weeks I came to the, I was remember getting to this one point in the trip where I was like, what the fuck has my life come to at this point? Like, I remember sitting, like, laying in my bed, scrolling through Instagram, playing some random games on my phone, whatever, having zero motivation, wondering if I could ever possibly make money online, if it was even capable, if it was even a remote reality for me. Because I kept seeing all these people, I'd scroll through social media and see all these people making just shit tons of money, and wondering if, like, that's even possible, or if that's even in the books for myself. I was there in a hotel room in a resort in Puerto Rico, overlooking the ocean, palm trees, to getting on a plane, being in Miami for 20 hours, hanging out with some friends in Miami, running into people, ran into like Steve Will Do It and some other different people out there in Miami. Then I get on a plane, go hang out in Austin for a day, and then I get on another plane, or Austin for a night, and then I get on another plane, and then I go to Cabo, and I go meet up with a bunch of people where the person that's the least amount that they're making is $1 million a year. The least amount in this room, and there's like 100 people at this place that I go to. And many people making $2 million a month, $4 million a month, $5 million a month. And I think there was one guy who was doing $1 million weeks, I think it was. Yeah, weeks, days. I don't know, one of the two. But anyways, regardless, I go to all of these different places, and I'm just sitting there looking at this resort, looking at this beautiful ocean view with more palm trees, knowing that in a couple days I am going to go back home to more palm trees. As you see right now, I have even more palm trees around me and a pool right next to me. And just another, back to back to back, right at one after another of palm trees and water. And asking myself, like, what the fuck is my life now at this point? Knowing damn well that I grew up in a small farm town where, mind you, I didn't have a whole lot going for me. And just my mind was just, I guess, for lack of better words, just, blown from seeing the transition and knowing, like, the person I was. And that's, I honestly probably got sick just because I was just so, like, in awe of my life and just being like, this can't be real, this can't be a reality. And just hanging out with these people that are doing just insane numbers, and realizing that I am a part of the crowd and that I am the friend amidst all of this. And these are, like, people that are giving me business advice personally. And so, over the last couple weeks, I've been in rooms like this before, and I've done things like this before, but it was one of those moments, where you reflect and you're like, this is the thing that I wanted. This is the version of myself that I was, working so hard to be for years, to have it be at a place where it is so normalized, it is so regular, it is just nonstop talking to people that I, even just a few short years ago, would have been so, mind blown that I'm even capable of holding up a conversation with these people, but just one after the other, regularly for days, for weeks, just constantly running and meeting up with different people all over the country, from East Coast to West Coast to in Mexico and all these different places. And so the thing that I realized over these last couple weeks is just, for starters, how small the world is that I live in. It's a bubble, ultimately. It's kind of a weird bubble because it feels really big. It feels like it's your entire world. But I know damn well that it is such a like minute little spot on the spectrum of life. As in, like, if you were to look at the grand scheme of like 8 billion people, I'm living in this world of, less like the less than 1% of it, probably the 0.1% of the entire like human experience as possible out there. And so coming to the realization that, it feels like opportunity is everywhere, because it is. There's every person I talk to, they tell me about some new thing that they did, and it just exploded their income, and it's this new thing that they're working on, this new vision, this new opportunity, this new life, this new direction that they're going in their life, this huge progress that they've made in the middle of their grind, and just the non-stop repetitive nature of these wins. It puts you in a state of where you just feel you're constantly winning, and you feel so inspired, like it seems impossible for you to not fail. It seems impossible for you to not win. Like, the only option is to win, because you're just constantly reminded that you're winning, and you're constantly surrounded by other people that are having these successes and these wins and doing these incredible things. And so let me not lose this thought train as much as possible in this video, but a lot of it was, a lot of the people that I met were people that they have, it's just so assumed that you're going to be doing something in your life that you just feel at peace in life. That everything is good. Everything's going to be okay. Even if things were to go wrong or whatever, or to head in a different direction than planned, than expected, there's not even wrong, I guess. There's not even a failure. It's not even a thing in reality. It is, if things go a different direction than we were anticipating or were expecting or projecting, then how do we incorporate that into the game plan? How do we add that as... How do we view that as a blessing? How do we perceive that shift, that alternate reality as our new reality and our new identity, in a way that serves us to become somebody that is significantly greater? And what I will say is, everybody that I met, they had some sort of higher purpose or some sort of higher power that they were, working towards or working with, that was serving them in this in this journey, or this whole thing that they were doing. And what I mean by that, not just some sort of woo-woo sense, but it was just always something big and grand that we are working towards. And so I started incorporating this immediately. So I'll find little things, like, one of my guys on my team, he wants to, do something for his family. It's very wholesome. He has a couple of sons, and he wants to show them the world and teach them what it means to be a man, and show them what it means to be a good father. And so his goal is, he wants to make enough money so then he can get a beautiful property that's not necessarily in the city, and be able to travel with his sons and get to show them what life really is, and what it means to be a man. And I think it's really incredible. Like, I want to do everything I can to serve this man, and helping him go on this journey of becoming this person, and showing his kids how, what he wish he had in his father, or what he saw in his father that inspired him so much. And so I started making that my mission, is to serve that mission of helping give this man the opportunities to be able to go live out that opportunity, and sharing that with everybody around him as one of our visions or one of our missions as to what we're trying to accomplish. And the grand vision of me trying to help 20,000 people make their first income online, or me helping, me creating 100 millionaires, or me wanting to build wells in Africa, dig wells in Africa, or making schools in third world countries. These are all things that I've always kind of shoved down inside of my, that I was just okay, yeah, I want these things, but when then fallacy. I was when I'm in this position, then I'll start kind of making this a bigger thing. But it was one of those things where I realized that all of these people that I kept meeting, is they would set whatever it is, the vision, the mission, the goal, the journey, the thing that they were building, and even if they didn't even remotely close have the resources to go do said thing, they were constantly sharing that as part of their journey, as part of their being, of who they are. And so that made me realize that I was lacking I wasn't lacking the vision, I wasn't lacking the dream, but what I was lacking was the communication of what my dream is and my vision, and sharing it with those around me, and finding the people who can help serve me on the mission to this journey, and sharing it with people, and being ready to seize the opportunities that are in front of me to help me go on this journey or this direction, or to get me closer to that grand dream of mine that I have, and getting a lot more clarity of it, and knowing that, after meeting all these like thousands of people, or at least, thousands is exaggeration, but maybe like over 150 people that I met that are, super successful over the past couple weeks, which is just knowing that everybody has their own way of doing things. Some people are a little bit more super giving. Some people are super analytical personalities. Some people are, maybe a little bit more on the pessimistic side, as in they're always looking for like fail cases or whatever. Each of these different personalities that are out there, they each found a way to lean into the strength to make it their gift or their skill set that's able to provide value into the marketplace, and to be effective in an organization or in a community or in a relationship. And they were able to find these things. You get some little bit better lighting there for us. And they were able to find these features or these aspects of themselves that was able to be a value, to be a strength. Their what might be a weakness was their strength, and they were able to all find a different way of turning these things. Instead of like trying to change themselves and try to become a different person, they were able to accentuate these features. So maybe the calm and collected person, or like somebody that was a little bit quieter, a little bit more hush, they were able to use those features to, hone all of their energy into sprints, and being able to do that. And they didn't have to always be lit and this person that's extremely extroverted all the time. The person that I saw that was like making some of the most money that I met, I'm not sure who was necessarily making the most money out of everybody I met, but he was pretty up there, at least probably top 5. And he was probably the awkwardest guy there. And when it came to things that were outside of business, he was, pretty introverted. He was, maybe not the most socially, apt person that you would kind of expect. But when it came to business, the guy was a freaking most extroverted guy ever, and he was, just obsessed with that, and he was like the most comfortable person in the room when it came to business. And seeing all these different ways that people use their gifts and their talents to become, these top performers, and these people that are mega successful in all of their own domains. It's not just about financial, I'm talking about finances here, but they're all able to, I believe that finances is an indicator of value that you provide to the marketplace. But finding all these different ways and these talents that people have that is able to provide value to the marketplace. And so that's the thing, is that's my recap for the last couple weeks. I don't know what the fuck that really was, but I just want to share that, like, me at this stage, after getting to a place where I made $300,000 in a month, and consistently making over 6 figures a month for about a year now, been consistently making $100,000 a month. My first $100,000 a month maybe like 3 years ago, but consistently doing $100,000 a month for over a year. And being at a place of success, I would say, reinvesting into yourself, reinvesting into creating more memories and more experiences, and more giving you more data points to become a significantly more effective person, and giving you this awareness that you've never realized that you ever had, by surrounding yourself with other people that are doing what you want to do, or at least just have become somebody, like had to become the best version of themselves, to be somebody that's insanely capable. I will say is one of the best investments that you can possibly make. It is the thing. You need to find people that are who you want to surround yourself with. You need to find people that are a lot closer to the goals that you want, that have similar goals, that are doing similar things, and just being there and being in that environment. And naturally, as a part of all of it, you will find yourself, and you will find your strengths. You will find this version of yourself that you've been looking for this entire time. And success and money and riches and wealth and all of these things will naturally come a part of it. just as a natural byproduct of surrounding yourself with other people that are there. You learn through osmosis, is what I'm trying to say here. Is when we surround ourselves with other people that are all at least trying to do something, and we're all effectively, bouncing ideas off of each other regularly. We've all tried different stuff. We can all save ourselves significantly amount of time because we've just failed so much, and we're just like, no, don't touch that button. It'll blow up the thing, and you have to start all over. And just being around by all those people very regularly, and just people that are not just like a couple years ahead of you, but like 20 years ahead of you, 40 years ahead of you, and hearing their experiences and their tens of millions of dollars of mistakes that they've made, and you get to save that. That will help save you dramatically. So after recording this video, I realized how awful my thought, like how much of a tough time I have like sharing my thoughts sometimes if I don't get to really sit with it. So I just wanted to, this is my freaking video vlog journaling session that I got with you guys. Thanks for listening. And that's my thoughts on traveling to Cabo and Puerto Rico and learning and growth. So anyways, that's what I got. There'll be more videos here coming up soon. I got you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.